Hello my friends, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I was really called to come on and do a twin flame reading. So I will say right away, if you are not in a twin flame connection, or you don't believe in them, or you don't want, anything to do with your past person or this person you feel like you have a soul tie, then please do yourself a favor and don't watch this reading. This reading is for those of you who want to be connecting with that energy, who want to be connecting with that journey. Please just do yourself a favor. It's interesting because as a reader, I'm seeing more and more of it also in the comment sections of the readers that I watch, of people, watching these readings and then going into the comment section and saying, I don't want this person back. This person is cut from my life. I hate them. And it's like, then stop feeding my delusions. Then why are you watching the reading? Is that not... I don't understand that. I don't understand why all these people are watching tarot readings and then complaining about them. So again, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I'm seeing more and more of it. And I feel like I felt the need to say something. Like, please just do yourself a favor and don't watch. Why are you watching it? That's what I want to know, is why are you watching it? If it's to make sure that your person misses you and is still thinking about you, then that shows that you're still attached to them, and not in a, I'm not, making a negative, like, I'm not saying that to be negative. It's showing that you're still energetically connected to them for a reason. And if you're here to make sure that your person is suffering, that's not good energy either. Wish them well and move on. Stop watching tarot readings about them, Anyway, I just really felt I needed to say something, especially where this is a twin flame reading. I'd prefer that energy not to be here, This is for people who are on this journey and want to connect with that person and want to, want some validation for what they're experiencing. Anyway, let's get into it. I was not planning that. That came out of nowhere. So right away, we're cutting open to separations. Separation is necessary, learning divine lessons. So anytime counterparts separate, it's for a reason. It's for a lesson. Right before I started your reading, what was on the bottom was karmic lesson, and it also talked about codependency. So it could have been that you had a codependent attachment to this other person or your counterpart. This is a counterpart reading. It could have also been that your person had some kind of karmic lesson that they needed to learn. But I was hearing that codependency. So maybe you had, a codependent attachment to this person. Maybe you're still working through that. So we have the Page of Cups here. So when I cut it, like I said, that karmic lesson was on the bottom. And when I cut it, we have Page of Cups, happy surprises, love visitor, message. I also want to mention, as I was sitting down to do this reading, I was having a few heart palpitations, which can be symbolic of a connection coming back together. So I find that interesting. And I'm also filming this right after the 888 portal, which is, a powerful portal for counterparts or counterpart energy. Oh, look, I cut right open to the same card. So Spirit really wants you to know that separation was necessary, There's a method to the madness, I'm hearing. Wow, you wanted to jump right out of there. We've got a runner. Those cards. Oh, look, we've got Six of Cups wanting to reconnect. Memories, reunion, past love, Six of Cups. And like I said, I was having heart palpitations, which can be symbolic, like heart flutters. Yes, I've been checked out medically. Thank you. Can be symbolic of energies coming back together, especially counterpart energy coming back together. So, interesting. Let's do one more shuffle. We've got the Star, longing. Look, the worst is over. So if you've been in separation for a while, you know, Spirit's saying the worst is over. We do have sense of hope and optimism. So maybe something happens or you experience an energy shift where, or maybe you already have, where you have this sense of hope and optimism for this connection. Interesting. The Star is also, you know, healing. It can be symbolic of not being able to let each other go because your souls are connected. All right. We have, on the bottom of the deck, we have Three of Wands. Next stage in love, exploring the unknown. And we also have Queen of Wands, sexy appeal. I think it's sex appeal. Sensual, ambitious. And Wheel of Fortune, fate and destiny, change your love life. So we have a couple threes here, and we have the Lovers. How interesting. So we have a few threes here. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, which is symbolic of, you know, Three of Wands, forward movement, but threes themselves are symbolic of collaboration and communication and connection. And we have the Lovers, twin flame connection coming out. Anyway, what I'm seeing here is I feel as if you're part of the separation right now. You're very focused on yourself, Queen of Wands energy. And I feel like it's actually attracting this person in. And I feel like you are getting ready for the next stage here, whether that's communication, union for some of you. We'll have to see what comes out. But there's this energy of you being focused on, you know, your own maybe soul path. Maybe you are spreading your light. You could be getting a lot of attention online with the Queen of Wands, fire energy. Lots of fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I was even hearing you could be someone who is in acceptance of whatever happens will happen. You're just ready to move forward, you know, whatever that is. And you're following Spirit's guidance with the Queen of Wands. Anyway, so forward movement, interesting. So what do I want to do here? Let's just look at past, present, future to start. So past, present, future, we have, very interesting, the Five of Cups is in reverse. And the Five of Cups in the upright is grieving, breakup, loss, regret, sadness. And what I'm seeing, I was hearing it with the Star, masked emotions. There's the heart flutter again. I feel like when you and this person had your separation, they looked unbothered. They looked like they were fine. They acted like they were fine even, I'm hearing. We've got the We have the High Priestess here. So your intuition could have been telling you that this person felt a great deal or regret, but their actions towards you looked cold and detached. But I feel like you knew. I feel like you saw through that veil. If you didn't, this person was masking their reaction and their emotion at the separation. They were. Because this is someone who, you know, when you went your separate ways, they acted fine. They looked unbothered. Like no cups were spilt. And what's really interesting is I felt that energy right away, and right underneath the High Priestess, we have cannot be trusted. So this person was wearing a mask. We also have using weaknesses against you and false promises. So this could have been someone who promised you that they would change, or promised you commitment, or promised you more dates, or promised you this, or promised you that, and then didn't follow through. And it could have been that they, when you said, why didn't you follow through with this, they projected back onto you. We also have using weaknesses against you, which feels to me an awful lot like someone in their ego, someone who is very much in their ego. I'm seeing triggered masculine, you know? Anyway, the high priestess in itself is an energy where this person was hiding how they were truly feeling when you went your separate ways. And there could have been, you know, with using your weaknesses against you, I get the energy of like 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords energy. So there could have been, this person could have used some of your vulnerabilities against you in the heat of the moment. I'm hearing as like ammunition. It's like they weaponized it. Now, this is a counterpart reading, so I'm just going to talk very openly about how this person, it doesn't mean they're a bad person because they did this. They were triggered. I'm not making excuses either. But what I'm talking about is this is a perfect example of how the universe pushes our buttons and makes these tower moments happen so that there can be awakenings. Because I feel like this person is meant to awaken to the fact that they do care and that they were using your weaknesses against you and to take accountability for that. Anyway, I believe, you know, the universe, these things happen in divine timing. This tower moment had to happen. This shadowy side of this person had to be brought to the surface. It had to. And when it was brought to the surface, I feel like they either, you know, I'm not sure what happened between you, but this ending brought that shadow right up to the surface and you saw them. You saw that shadow. And I believe that they saw it reflected back at them. So anyway, it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense. Let's go current energy. Current energy. We have the 4 of Swords. This is what I mean. It'll all make sense. 4 of Swords. So we have break. We have, like I said, let me just explain stagnant energy and a counterpart connection, okay? If you are in stagnant energy, 2 of Swords, and you two are butting heads or nothing is ever progressing or changing, the universe will cause tower moments. Because the tower is what breaks up stagnant energy. So it's like with Hanged Man energy, for example, I always see your guides or the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, kind of picking you both up by your ankles and separating you and saying it's time to reflect now. In the same sense, sometimes I kind of see the universe orchestrating these moments where we're triggered and our shadows come to the surface in order to illuminate them and cause reflection. You know, again, separation is necessary. And your muggle ego mind will tell you, oh, they're not thinking about me. Oh, they're not this. Oh, like, I've heard it in my comment section. It's like, I don't know what is going on with people right now. They are in their ego. But this separation happened for a reason. We have healing, alone time, withdrawing from love. And this isn't just about this person withdrawing and healing. It's about you withdrawing and healing too. Because maybe, you know, you could see through that veil, but you weren't accepting the situation for what it was. Maybe, you know, maybe it's possible that when this person separated ways with you, it looks like they said some hurtful things or their shadows came to light. Maybe some of your shadows came to light too. But what I was going to say is maybe you were in a pattern with this person where they would do this and you would just kind of go around in a circle, whereas this time something happened and it's meant to cause this person to reflect, but also you to reflect on your shadows, but also what you deserve. Like maybe you deserve better than the way this person was treating you, is what I'm hearing. Anyway, current energy, 4 of Swords, healing, alone time. We have Hanged Man energy, sacrifice for love, in love for new perspectives. And that's exactly what Hanged Man energy is. It's you sacrifice being with that person in order to gain new perspective in order to foster growth. It's like, I don't know why this comparison is coming to mind, but it's kind of like when you, like there are some people who send their dogs away for training, for obedience training. I've never done that. I did look into it once, but I thought like, how can I part with my dog? But I've seen people do it where they actually send their dog away for like a month or 3 months to get trained by someone, and then they come back. And that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like you have to sacrifice this union, being together in the 3D. You have to sacrifice that in order for there to be growth. Anyway, we have ripped apart as well. So this person is feeling ripped apart. Love exposed the truth, vulnerable in love. Remember how I talked about their shadows came to the surface? And I feel like in the past, maybe when those shadows came to the surface, same with yours, you could have just maybe easily let whoever triggered those shadows go. But this is different. You know, this person does feel very vulnerable right now because they're realizing in Hanged Man energy that they feel connected to you. And that makes them feel vulnerable, especially if this person is avoidant. Anyway, which in counterpart connections, it's usually a runner and a chaser. There's push and pull. There's anxious attachment and anxious avoidant. So let's see near future energy. We have Wheel of Fortune. That is beautiful. Lessons being learned, changes in cycles. Beautiful. Interesting. I'm going to get another one. So near future energy, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. I am going to ask for a confirmation, actually. Fate and destiny, change in your love life. We have Seven of Pentacles, reevaluation, long-term view. That is beautiful. So what I'm hearing, oh my gosh, this is very interesting. Near future energy, I'll tell you exactly what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you sitting on this Wheel of Fortune. Look at the image of this person in the corner, trying not to move towards this masculine, trying not to make a move. We even see like a circular wheel here in the background. What that's telling me is near future energy, you're trying your best not to chase this person. You're trying your best to look at this from a distance and kind of not touch it. You know, kind of like when I was talking about sending the dog away. It kind of reminds me of like something that needs like an incubation period, or like it needs isolation. And you're like, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to allow the shift to happen. I'm really called to this feminine in the background who's like, I'm not going to move a muscle. I'm just going to keep focusing on me, and I'm going to see what that person is going to do. It's a really interesting energy. And because it's Seven of Pentacles energy, that's the energy of waiting for something to manifest. And I don't mean waiting in like a toxic, codependent way. I mean in a way where you are trusting in divine timing. You're allowing whatever needs to unfold. Maybe you're even someone who, you know, believes or has come to the realization that separation is an illusion. And you're just patiently waiting for, I don't know why I heard Christmas morning. That was weird. And what that's doing is it's causing this person to start reflecting on this connection as well. We see reevaluation. So we see this person doing, like, taking another look at this, taking another look at perhaps their cycles that they brought into this. And on the bottom, the reason I said I was getting this energy from this card where you're not doing a thing. It's like you're just allowing everything to happen as it needs to. We have this taming hunger. And although it says taming a player, I'm seeing, like, if you are a counterpart, which if you're watching this reading, I sure hope you are. If you're just here to cause trouble, again, you're wasting your energy. You're like, spend your energy doing more high vibrational things. But if you are a counterpart and you know what it's like to try and resist reaching out, there's a reason, you know, people make videos about how hard it is not to reach out and how the universe will tempt you. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing here is a feminine who's like, I am resisting the urge to reach out. I am resisting the urge to reach out to that person. I'm not going to be in this codependent energy. I'm not going to chase. Anyway, very interesting. Taming a player. So maybe your person is a player. With player, you know, that I heard another reader talk about it the other day, how that's a really harsh label for that energy, but that's the Knight of Wands energy. It's not just, this is Knight of Wands energy. It's not just a player. It's, you know, someone who, they might not even be a player in the player sense. It could just be someone who runs hot and cold, someone who has a fear of giving up their independence, someone who's inconsistent, someone who has anxious or avoids, you know? Anyway, these labels. Well, that's interesting. So let's look at your person's energy. Let's look at your person's energy. We have interesting. This is really interesting because we have the Fool. We have unawakened with the Fool. And what I find really interesting about that is that this is someone who's trying to understand this love they feel for you right now. What I find kind of interesting about this energy coming out together, the Fool and unawakened, is this is someone who's starting to awaken. Because when you think of the Fool's journey, it can be, you know, the very first Fool's... anyway, what I'm getting through my guides is this is someone who's choosing to maybe let go of their inhibitions. Now I'm hearing unwritten. Anyway, the rest is still unwritten. Anyway, this is someone who is starting to wake up. This is someone who's being pushed to take that Fool's journey and to kind of surrender to this connection. I'm going to get another one for this. Totally doesn't understand their love for you. So interesting. So maybe your person currently is going through... Thank you, Spirit. Like, come on. That is insane. I was just about to say, if your person is unawakened, they could be going through a lot of tower moments, the universe trying to push them into a dark night of the soul, and that is exactly what just came out. So we do have, for some of you, there could be a karmic partner. Again, I don't see... Karmic partner can be a few different things, so I don't want anyone to panic thinking that their person has someone else. You would know if they did. But we do have your their dark side exposed. Their dark side, they're feeling very vulnerable right now. And it's interesting because I was being called to this energy of the neck. Like, I was really being called to the weird shape of that neck. And the fact that that person has their neck exposed, to me, is a sign of feeling very vulnerable, feeling very exposed. And that's what we have here with this karmic card. We also have Dark Night of the Soul, emptiness and disconnection. So this is their current energy. And then near future energy, we see them reevaluating this situation. So whatever they're going through right now, it has to happen. Like, and this is why it's so important. And I didn't understand this, but when readers say, don't reach out, unless the cards are telling you to reach out, like sometimes I'll do the odd reading where it suggests reaching out. I always say, listen to your intuition, but this is exactly the circumstance as to why readers say don't reach out, because it can cause delays. So I'm just going to explain it. You planted a seed that you wanted this person to awaken. right now, that seed, you know, imagine a tracking number. If you were to check the tracking number on this manifestation, the seed, it would say in the near future, you're going to be received, this person will be reevaluating this connection. You'll be sitting here not making a move, allowing in divine timing. And this is why people say this is why readers say don't reach out, because right now your person is in a very important energy where they're learning lessons and they're having realizations. And if you reach out right now, it could put them on a detour of that dark night of the soul. I'm hearing you could get that ego version of them if you reach out prematurely, if that makes sense. So please, and I don't normally talk like this, like anybody who watches me regularly, I'm like really into this reading, but please don't reach out. Because this person is learning a very important lesson right now. Even if there's a karmic involved, this person is learning a very important lesson. And I will tell you, oftentimes in counterpart connections, there's a reason for the karmic. And what happens is that usually the divine feminine retreats and starts reflecting and growing and glowing up. And sometimes the masculine, if you know they're in that distorted energy, because of ego, will quickly attach to someone else, someone who doesn't know their shadowy side, someone who hasn't seen that vulnerable side of them exposed, because it's easier. And more times than not, that karmic partner teaches them a very important lesson. So yeah, just like I'm hearing, like, just leave the oven door closed. Don't check it. Just wait. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's look at your energy. We have Two of Pentacles, juggling, weighing options. So you could be going back and forth for how you feel about this person. You could be going back and forth. You could be going through the test, you know, those tests of ego versus intuition, the tests of, you know, that image of an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. It's counterparts go through this push-pull even inwardly within themselves. So you could be someone who right now is going really back and forth between, what does this all mean? Do I want this? Do I want new? Is this just my ego? Is it true? Am I delusional? It's a very confusing journey, and it's meant to kind of, like this card talks about, it's meant to rip you apart and build you back up in the highest version of yourself. Anyway, Two of Pentacles, juggling, weighing options. We also have Page of Cups. So you could be considering reaching out. And maybe that's why I did this reading, because I don't do a lot of, I'd like to. I let the commenters get to me a few times about my counterpart readings. So now I do them when I feel called to. But I think I'll do more. Screw those people. But you could be weighing up the options or feeling the pull to reach out. You could be, you know, someone who's kind of making a list like, okay, well, if I reach out and they don't message me back, how am I going to feel? Is it worth it? If I reach out and they bite my head off, is it worth it? Like, you could be someone who's experiencing that. The other thing I'm seeing is you could be someone who is experiencing new feelings for somebody else. And now all of a sudden you're like, I don't know how to feel. It could be, you know, maybe you have a soulmate or a karmic in your energy who's come in to teach you a lesson about your worth. Finding our worth comes from within. But what I mean is, you know, we can experience someone coming into our energy, giving us what we thought we deserved out of our connection here, where we were met with ego. Does that make sense? And I don't know how, I'll just explain it the way that I can explain it. So I'm just going to use the example of like time and energy and attention. And just because that's an example from my own experience. So it could have been that you were looking for more of this person's time and energy and investment, and maybe they were being inconsistent, hot and cold. Do you guys hear my throat today? It's, again, communication. The past few days when I've done this reading, this is what's happened to my throat, and I don't have a cold, and it goes away when I'm done your reading. But what I was hearing, or what I was trying to explain, is that, for example, like, again, just using myself as an example, because I don't know how else to put this. You could have been looking to this person for more time, energy, investment, and they could have been being inconsistent with you. Maybe they even, you know, whatever that card was in the very beginning that we saw, they could have, you know, projected back onto you. What happened to me was I then experienced, I actually went through this twice because that's how badly I needed to learn the lesson, is that sometimes the universe will send in a soulmate or a karmic to show you that you were worth that time and energy and investment. So the universe can deliver you, you know, someone who wants to talk to you, wants to invest in you. And oftentimes, you know, in counterpart connections, when that happens, the counterpart still feels connected to their counterpart. So even though they're being given everything that they wanted from their counterpart, it's not the same because they don't have that same connection, if that makes sense. But it serves as the lesson that they were worth it. Does that make sense? You know, in my own experience, like, I'm just, again, I've been through this, I went through this lesson twice. The universe sent me like a friend who kind of reaffirmed that I was worth all those things. Anyway, just an example from my own experience. But anyway, so for some of you, you could have someone new in your energy, or someone who's, you know, doesn't have to be, but that is kind of causing you to reflect yourself on your connection with this other person, the counterpart. All right, let's see how your person is feeling about you. We have Page of Swords watching you. Nine of Swords. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't laugh. It's just really interesting how the energy shifts so quickly when I start talking about how your counterpart is feeling. And remember how I said I was having heart palpitations? Nine of Swords energy. Nightmare situations, sorrow, regret, remorse. And I have to point this out, is that this is kind of what they mean when they say, if you push down your emotions and you pretend they don't exist, they're going to resurface even louder, you know? So this person pushed down their feelings and pretended they didn't care. And now it's resurfaced, but in their mind, like it just eats away at them. I'm hearing you're the one that got away. Nine of Swords can also be very symbolic, if, you know, of them feeling anxious about possibly coming towards you. Again, don't reach out. So we have Temperance. This is how they're feeling about this connection. So they could feel like you're their other half, like you're their match. We see Patience and Page of Swords. So this is someone who's trying not to reach out to you, which I think is interesting, because I was hearing that taming your hunger, trying to resist. I was thinking that was you trying to resist reaching out. But now I'm wondering if it's them and you're picking up on that energy, and maybe that's why you're getting the inclination to reach out. Maybe you don't, maybe you know that you shouldn't. So when you feel that way, you're just like, go away. I'm just feeling my person's energy. I'm not reaching out. But your person seems to be in the energy of being patient about coming towards you. because we have this Page of Swords energy, and you see someone kind of hiding behind a curtain watching, keeping tabs on you, maybe trying to figure out what you're doing online. There's the heart palpitations again. And they're kind of trying to find balance before coming in here. This person could even be realizing how inconsistent they were, because with Temperance, it can be kind of, it can be an imbalance of energy. So it's interesting that I brought up the example of energy exchange and energy given to a connection, because Temperance is very symbolic of, imagine this is a connection and you've got one person giving, and the other person isn't. It becomes so unbalanced, and it becomes like choppy waters, Anyway, this just popped off the top, long wait. So it's like this person they're waiting for the right moment. To me, they're in an energy where they feel like it's never going to be the right moment. Like they feel like they're in a very dark energy right now. And by dark, I mean low vibrational, hopeless. Again, it's the universe really pushing down on them to awaken. Someone has made, I think it's the same person, has made like countless, I'm just going to fix it now. Countless comments about stop talking and just read the cards. Let me just explain to you about tarot readers, because a lot of tarot readers, or at least the ones I listen to and, admire, aren't just reading the cards. They're intuitive readers, and they're reading the energy. And these are just divination tools to read energy. I wish, like, that's the thing, the energy that I'm reading is so much more complicated than this is meant to kind of decipher the energy. So keep that in mind, that it's not just about reading the cards. And if you want instant gratification, there's lots of readers out there for you that will give you that. If you want instant gratification, the twin flame journey is not for you. Like, seriously, because the twin flame journey is all about teaching you patience. Well, that's not what it's all about. That's a very important part of it, is teaching patience and unconditional love, self-love, finding your soul path. It's so much it's more complicated than people think. You'll often hear readers say it's not actually about union. It's about the journey. It's about the ascension. It's about coming home to yourself through this connection. Anyway, I don't know if that was like feeling about the connection. I want to see how this person is feeling about you. My, interesting, we have clean up, cutting karmic ties, doing the inner work. Let's get another one for that one. I was just going to say, as soon as I started asking how your person was feeling about you, I'm having a reaction in my solar plexus, which if you're, I'm not even, I mean, what I'm feeling is like movement in my solar plexus, like almost like I'm hungry, but I know I'm not hungry. So that's very symbolic of your person. Possibly doing some solar plexus cleansing. Anyway, let's see how they're feeling about you. So doing the inner work is interesting. We have Four of Swords, so they are feeling, they're reflecting about this. I feel like they're hoping that you're still thinking about them. So this is how they're feeling about you. We have Frozen, hard to let go, resisting change. So this is someone who, the star, I said it, has tried to let you go and hasn't been able to. They feel a resistance when they try and let you go. They can't let go of your energy. Now we do have this sense of hope and optimism, and the worst is over. So for some of you, maybe your person is already coming out of that dark night of the soul. The Ace of Wands is also very symbolic of the action we take after an awakening. So that is beautiful because it shows that the fire is starting to stir within this person. They're starting to be awakened to this connection and have hope for it again. Let's keep going. They could feel like you're in Queen of Swords energy right now, by the way, with that card. Oh my gosh. My guides told me to look under the Four of Swords, and look what's under there. The Empress, Divine Feminine. That's how they're feeling about you. That's beautiful. So what's happening here is they know your worth, you know, and they know that they need to come in right. Let's see what their current intentions are. I'm going to have to get another one. So current intentions we have, or do I want to get another one? I think I might just not get another one right now. Current intentions, we have the Eight of Swords. So for some of you, right now their intentions are to stay behind those bars, to stay right where they are. And the reason that's coming through is because the Eight of Swords can also be symbolic of a dark night of the soul. And so for some of you, they are in that dark energy where they don't see a way out of this. So right now their intentions are to stay put. And remember, near future energy, this is so important. Near future energy, it doesn't mean their intentions won't change. But near future energy, we see you waiting, like allowing them to go through this shift, to go through this awakening. So just let them stay exactly where they are, okay? We have Five of Pentacles, so there is this energy of feeling very left out, like their intentions are to kind of remain isolated for now, which if your person is going through a dark night of the soul, they're probably feeling a whole bunch of different ways, you know? They're probably questioning everything they've ever been taught, questioning society, questioning God. Hang on. My son was just, you know, freaking out about something. So maybe your person's freaking out a little. What I was saying, though, is when you're in that energy, you don't feel like you can run up to somebody who's the Empress and offer them stability. So this person is kind of, you know, they're sitting in, to me, it's like they're sitting in their darkness right now, and that's coming through in their intentions. The Moon, uncertainty. That's what I mean. They're in long wait. It's going to take forever. That's how they're feeling about this. And that's what I mean. Just let them sit in this energy because they're about to have an awakening. They're about to have a breakthrough moment where they start to elevate and ascend and turn into the Emperor. I almost just, I don't know if anybody's clumsy here. I am super clumsy. Neurodivergent clumsy. I wasn't built for this human world. That's why I'm clumsy. Where I come from, I don't have elbows. I don't know. But anyway, their intentions are coming through with their current energy. You know, like I said, you're probably someone who's been through a dark night of the soul, who's been through an awakening, who's been through those low moments. In those lowest of low moments, do you feel like putting yourself out there, and especially to someone you see as the Empress? No. This person's, you know, isolating. So let's see what action they will take. What action will they take? Interesting. That's very interesting. We have the Nine of Cups. So wish fulfillment, following their intuition, which is the most important thing. This person could be younger than you. We have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this person is going to come in very impulsively because this is actions. For when this happens, you know, I believe months. I believe cups are months. I believe cups are months. And we have 7 cups here. So it could be in 7 months. And, you know, it's interesting because we had 7 of Pentacles come out for near future energy, which is where you're kind of, you know, letting this person reflect, allowing in divine timing. But what I'm seeing is that this person is going to come in very suddenly. They're going to come in with truth and communication with the Queen of Swords, perhaps even setting boundaries. But we have sudden actual arrival, being swept off your feet, Knight of Swords. So that's the energy of this person, kind of the meaning behind the Knight of Swords is they come in like a bat out of hell. So this person, when I think about a bat, I think about a rebirth. I think about Hanged Man energy. So after this person goes through this Hanged Man energy and has this realization, it feels they come in very quickly. And it doesn't really surprise me because your person was coming in as that inconsistent energy. So it feels like right now they're feeling hopeless, and then they're going to have some kind of realization where they feel like, well, I'm just going to reach out right now. Anyway, let's see what advice you need. 9 of Cups. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Remember I said in like a bat out of hell, wanting to like desperately talk to you. We have what a catch, wanting to conquer you, fear of losing you. So Knight of Swords, that's what I was feeling. I was feeling an intensity, fear of losing you. So maybe this person, you know, sees online that you're seeing someone, or thinks that you're seeing someone, or just realizes what a catch you were. And I mean a catch on a soul level. Like this person is understanding this is a deep soul connection. Anyway, let's get some advice for you. What is your advice? It's funny. That's funny, Spirit. So really interesting. Is this the 4 of Cups? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. As soon as I said, what is your advice? I heard, don't reach out. If there's a card in there that says don't reach out, it would be coming out. And that's why I laughed. And then Spirit sends the 4 of Cups, which is your advice is to hold your energy back, to not, you know, don't give to this right now. There's also the advice of refusing an offer. So I just want to bring that up because it could be that, remember when I was talking about this person in their ego? If they reach out to you very suddenly and they're very much in their ego and they're very much like wanting to fight with you or wanting you to validate their ego, like maybe they reach out and they're, you know, even talking down at themselves, saying to you like, you deserve better, and whatever they would say. If it's low vibrational like that, Spirit's saying don't entertain that. Don't entertain it. More work needs done. This is the energy though of kind of holding your cup back, and really focusing on yourself and your own spiritual growth. Perhaps, you know, if you're a divine feminine, divine counterpart, you could have some kind of mission in life to lead others, to be a spiritual guide to others. Interesting. I'm looking at the Hierophant staring at me on my Light Seers Tarot. Beautiful. So Spirit's, you know, telling you to trust in the spiritual nature of this connection and continue to do your own spiritual growth. Page of Wands. Be on the lookout for fleeting messages. Like, make sure if this person reaches out to you suddenly, it just started raining, that you are using your intuition, like hear more than the words. You know, it could be, I'm hearing that codependent card. If you're still in codependent energy, what happens is when the runner comes back, you're immediately like, oh my gosh, the runner came back. And you can tell by the way that you're reacting to them reaching out to you if you're still codependent on that energy, because instantly you're like, oh my gosh, they reached out. Well, I have to open it. Well, I have to open it and reply, because if I don't reply, they might think that I don't like them. And so if you are feeling any of that energy where you are not feeling Empress energy, where you are feeling that attachment energy, take a step back. That's a red flag for you. That's, you know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. That's the thing. This stuff is happening energetically. It's not like we're subconscious, or it's not like we're consciously out here being our shadowy selves in our counterpart connection, doing everything on purpose. It's all happening subconsciously. And that's what I mean. Learn how to listen to your energy. So if this person comes in and your energy is, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to hear from them. I'm gonna message them back right away. Or you're worrying about, you know, how long it's taken them to message you back, or you're worrying about this, or you're worrying about that. That shows within you there's still unhealed. I don't want to trigger people by saying codependency, but I struggle with it. I've struggled with it my whole life. With places, people, food, substances, anyway, watch for those signs in yourself as well. Just like, you know, look out for signs of inconsistency in this person. Anyway, let's look at the we already did near future. Let's look at the future of this connection. Oh, beautiful. We have the Empress, and we have wanting to conquer fear of losing you. Fell out of my hand, jumped out of my hand. Leap of faith, the Fool. So in the future, what's even more beautiful is I see this is really showing me your evolution here. You evolving into this Empress, into this High Priestess, which is also divine feminine energy. And when the Empress and the High Priestess come out together in a counterpart reading, to me, that's also symbolic of you finding your path as a light worker. So that's what I'm seeing here, and you knowing what a catch you are. And this person wanting to fight for you because you're their Empress. Beautiful. All right, so let's just get some counterpart cards. Which ones do I want to use? Yeah, I'm going to use two. I'm going to use two different decks for you. So I'm just going to give them a shuffle. So let's see what your person wants to say. We've got some growth ones, which is beautiful. All right. We have, I feel abandoned. I often feel like others let me down. Remember the Nine of Swords. They're feeling very sad for themselves right now. They're throwing themselves a pity party, is what I'm hearing. Licking their wounds. And again, they could also be going through a dark night of the soul. Don't reach out. Let that dark night of the soul happen. I want to talk to you, but I'm not sure I'm ready to share everything with you and give you the answers you deserve. And that's what I meant about this person, their energy, waiting, like they're being patient and also hesitant about coming back towards you because they know you deserve better. They know you deserve more, is what I'm hearing, or an explanation. I close my eyes and imagine you're here with me. It feels so real. I'm beginning to understand this is what it means to be in the 5D with you. So if you are going about your day and this person is in your head, it's because they're visualizing you. They're sitting around daydreaming about you. It shows a telepathic connection between you and this person. The same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is the catalyst to our reunion. We need to allow this energy to work its magic. And that's the thing that people don't understand. You need to allow this to happen. You need to allow the universe to do its thing, and you need to detach. And that's why again, I really don't understand why the people are watching these readings that don't want their person back. But if you are saying, if you're closed off to this connection, union will never happen, you know? So stop watching readings about it. Anyway, I wanted to send you a message today, but I was afraid to. Another message about I want to talk to you, but I can't. I want to reach out, but I can't. Page of Swords. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right things to you. Again, don't reach out. I used to I used to see readings like this and I'd be like, oh, they're going through a hard time. I must reach out. Or, oh, they want to reach out to me, but they can't. I'll reach out. We have 8. I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. So this person is doing some hardcore reflecting here. And we see 8, which is the energy of strength. It's also the energy of transition. So, you know, kind of this person could be going through, well, they have that dark night of the soul energy, but I was seeing transitioning from their old self. So detaching from the way they used to see themselves. Anyway, I'm trying to leave my comfort zone with this issue. Look at all the growth ones. Beautiful. We have lots of telepathic messages and growth. Bless you. Somebody in my house sneezed. I'm looking for a way out of this situation so I can be free. So this person, their current intentions are 5 of Pentacles energy. And I told you they're feeling afraid of rejection. And that's 5 of Pentacles, you know. This person is looking for a way out of that feeling sorry for themselves energy they're in. They're trying to find their confidence, is what I'm hearing. Past lives are influencing our connection. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid. I need to heal the grief and allow the love to bloom. Well then, we'll just take those ones. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated. Another one about wanting to talk to you, but they can't. Again, don't reach out. Know that I do want to talk to you. 5, neither one of us is being honest right now. Why are we so afraid to express ourselves? I'm not going to give in to fear. I know fear is only an illusion. And they're in that 9 of Swords energy, and their higher self is saying that won't be, like, they're not going to give in to that fear. They're going to conquer that fear and come towards you. There are subconscious fears affecting our ability to attract love and abundance. The universe is helping us make them conscious so we can easily attract what we want, including each other. 7, mirrors. Separated or together, we are working in tandem with each other. And I'm actually just going to I think I'll just take the 3 top cards. I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep, unconditional love. So you and this person maybe had, you know, a very intense sexual chemistry, maybe like a very hot and heavy, fast sexual connection. But maybe this person lacked emotion or lacked vulnerability. Remember, that neck is exposed. I'm listening to my higher self now. A higher power is guiding me. Beautiful. Magician energy. And one more off the top. We project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking. Truth. You can be... Fear-based thinking is a B word. And sometimes when we're triggered, we're in that ego fear. It's hard to see what's actually happening. Anyway, very interesting. On the bottom of the deck, I just think this is kind of cool because I said I was going to take 3 off the top. I took the 3 off the top. This one is facing up. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. Anyway, I think that's interesting. We also have on the other side, we need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. So now I'm just going to get, I know, more cards. Yeah. I'm just going to, right away, I'm cutting open to apology. I'd never take you for granted again. I've learned my lesson. I am so sorry. So I feel like this person, you know, wants to apologize to you. Let's just see. We'll just get a few. You've had 3 cards about divine timing. I'll take the bottom one. Spirit told me to take the bottom one. So, Sweets could be a nickname. Stressed, I'm emotionally drained to the point where I'm beginning to shut down. Dark Night of the Soul. Breakdown, Tower moment. It's meant to cause growth and healing and movement. The universe always delivers in divine timing. Be patient and trust the process. 11:11. Choices, a decision between love and fear. We fall in love by chance and stay by choice. Evil Eye. All eyes are on you. There is jealous, envy, and negativity being thrown your way. So you might want to pick up, just something that has evil eye on it. Just because, especially when you're a divine being, shining your light, evil eye is important. Sweets, you are like candy, cake, and chocolate. The decadence of your soul makes me melt. You're their weak spot. Wish granted. You're my purpose fulfilled. You're my sun, moon, and stars. You're my everything. Watching, checking on your social media has become a new daily habit. Dancing in love, I am surrendering to the cadence of your soul and allowing us to dance in love. And I'm just going to look at the bottom. Withholding love from you. I withheld love from myself. Self-doubt. So this person, you know, did self-sabotage. You both could have self-sabotaged in your own ways. That's usually how it goes with counterpart connections. But yeah, my friends, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me for a counterpart reading. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.